Hey, what's up everyone? I just wanted to do a quick video right now. It's 2:51 a.m. Saturday morning. Friday night into Saturday morning. It's Saturday, May 18th, the night of the 17th. So I just wanted to say that we have another supermoon. That was a truck in the background. But we have another supermoon, and well, I guess it's a supermoon. It's a really super bright moon, so I'll call it a supermoon. They said it's technically a blue moon because everything is illuminated blue, and that's technically. I noticed that everything was illuminated blue earlier tonight, and now it's been super bright. You don't even need a light outside. You can see everything around you, and it's been a crazy night. There's been a lot of howling and beings howling and making sounds and things. The dog, I let him out for a little while. He got loose and we had to look for him, and suddenly he came back to the door when I was in the house. Mama was driving around looking for him because he still had the leash on him. He hasn't done that in a long time. He hasn't gotten loose like that. I just tied him up for a moment, and somehow or other it's on this fence post, and then all of a sudden he took off. He was gone. Well, I'm back in the house, and I go to the door, and all of a sudden I hear knock, 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 knock. 4 knocks, and there he is at the door wanting in, and I said, come on in. So I grabbed the leash, and then I put him back in the garage. Took care of him, put him back in the garage. But, I mean, it's been crazy. But the activity has been heightened tonight. Earlier, there was this, I was walking the dog, and then all of a sudden, I heard rustling in the trees and the bushes. And then I hear this thing, in the brush and everything, and in the weeds. Then all of a sudden, it turns out there's this pure white possum. It's just totally white possum, like an albino possum right there. And the dog, he's just having a fit and trying to run after it. And I pulled him back because the possum opened its mouth, and I didn't want Red to get bit. And so I pulled him back or tried my best. He's very strong. And the possum just kind of backed up and took off. To me, whatever happened to them playing dead? They don't even play dead anymore. But then later he got loose again, or he just got loose. So I should have known. He was very active earlier in the night, and he needed out, and then all of that. And then when he got out, he looked like, oh, I'm just gonna lay here. When I went back in the house, and he was gone when I got back out. So I've had my ups and downs. That darkness will hit out of nowhere, and then I'm okay again. So it's up and down, but I feel more like myself again right now. But that's what's happened tonight. So there's some interesting things that have taken place. People have experienced shifts and changes. Like, they literally experience it right in front of them, and they just don't realize that. We went to the gas station, and my mama noticed. She said, it looks different. They used to have 2 pumps on each spot, and now, I said, no, it's always been that way. But now that I think about it, it feels like I do remember 2 pumps on each side, and there being 8 pumps, but now it's always been the other way, and the pumps look brand new. And for her, she remembered it being just now, like suddenly the Mapcos, they have new pumps. And I said for me, it'd have been that way for a year or two, or at least a little bit over a year. So that's one shift that happened personally for me, different, or my mama experienced differently than what I did. But another thing is, I was sharing with someone online, and they were telling me about, they said during a surgery, the clock was going backwards when their loved one was having a surgery. The entire time the surgery was taking place, the clock went backwards. That came about because I had a conversation about this clock. I've never noticed backwards clocks, but they have them in this reality. Daddy said that they've always had those, but for a long time, like a joke or a prank. But I seen it in the Waffle House, and I thought that's crazy looking. They go completely backwards. The entire hands go backward. And an interesting thing that happened when the spirit activity's been heightened. I've been hearing things, seeing things. There's been snapping, movements, voices, everything. And Sasquatches howling and everything. Beings all around howling. And some people will tell me, don't pay attention to those things. Well, they happen. I'm very aware of all of these types of things. Beings, spirits, everything. But one thing that happened is when my granny passed away, her TV went out in her bedroom. Her phone went out. The home phone that was in her bedroom went out. It completely stopped working. No dial tone, nothing. The cord didn't work. It didn't even make a sound. It wouldn't even work anywhere anymore. The electricity wouldn't even go to it. Her TV quit working completely. The TV stopped working altogether. No signal, no power, just the power shut off. Our cat, though, the cat we had at the time, he was very spiritually connected. He was almost human sometimes. Very human. And you could see spirits in him. And he would always try to get me to do my homework, and he would always, it sounds crazy, but he was there for me. I think he was put into this world for me. He died in 2011, and I've got an interesting story about that as well. I have so many interesting things. But he went to her door and went to her bedroom the day my granny died, the day she died, passed away. And so he went in there, and the TV came on, and then just shut off. And it wouldn't. You tried to turn it on, it would shut back off, and it never turned on again. Her phone went out, and the washing machine that she had, the washer that she had, the washer that she bought, that was in the garage, it quit. So the washing machine, her phone, and her TV all quit on the same day, the day she died. And all of her dolls' heads in the bedroom were turned toward the main window, almost like she's gone. But yet, her spirit seems to still be there. My parents have heard my grandmother, my great-grandmother, who had Native American Indian in her. She had Cherokee in her blood. She was Cherokee for sure. I mean, she was very connected. She would see a lady in white go through her house, go through the wall. I've seen that before. I've seen many things. I've seen a lady in white. I've seen a spirit, all kinds of spirits. I mean, not a spirit. I have seen spirits, and I have heard spirits. And my grandmother heard a marble rolling down the stairs in her house, and she heard. We don't have an upstairs in ours, but she heard the water, the sink turned on. My mama heard the sink turn on suddenly, but they weren't up when she was staying the night to take care of them and help them. She heard that. And send your prayers for all of us, by the way. Going through some tough times, not feeling well, but things could be worse, but they could always be better. But yeah, she heard all of those things. She saw those things, and I've had a lot happen throughout my life. But yeah, all the dolls' heads were turned, and someone shared with me the thing about the clock. And yeah, the cat was hearing a lot of spirit activity. I dreamed about my granny. I heard some noises and movements in my granny's room last night, and I heard lots of movements and walking around. I know spirits can pretend, or evil spirits, demonic forces can pretend to be your loved ones. I know that, but we also had a cold chill, very, very cold. The air turned freezing cold in the house. It went from my mama, and then went in the kitchen, and then went into the living room with me, and then the rooms just turned freezing cold, like ice cold air. And when there was spirit activity, and I could sense it. And yeah, that happened earlier tonight. But yeah, all of these things, there's so much. But yeah, there's another supermoon. Another unexpected moon, just boom, that's out of nowhere. They said, oh, there won't be another big moon until 2029 or blah, 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 whatever, yada, yada. Now here's another one. Always another one. I said there'd probably be another one, and there is. There's supposed to be an eclipse in July as well, unless it's changed again. But all these things have been happening, and look at that beautiful, beautiful moon. Peace and much love. This is Spaced Out Productions signing out. My links are below if you'd like to help support. Peace. Bye.